Good afternoon. This is your brother Bob from Bel Maryland. It's good to be here this Saturday with the OTECH pros and the founders around the world, OTECH pros roundtable. Today, we are going to be talking about moving forward and our gratitude to Mr. Arch and the team that has put everything together for us. But before we do that, as you all know, it is customary here that we do spotlight founding members, affiliates around the world, those that have been making a difference, have been working behind the scenes. We bring them forward so that the entire unpassive community might know who they are. And today, we are very blessed to have the presence of someone that I've known for more than 4 years. She was one of us, the O winners back in the days of the O winners. She's also a graphic artist. Some of the graphic designs that you saw was from her. She's been with us all through. In fact, when we went to Manchester last year, she took her flight. She was also in Manchester. That's how much she has on passive at heart. So it is my privilege and my honor to bring forward the one and only Mira Aquino. Mira, please come forward. Tell us who you are. Tell us what brought you to Unpassive. Take it from any angle, and then tell us how you feel about us moving forward and the gratitude that you have. So the floor is yours, Mira.
Thank you so much, Mr. Takusi. It is my gratitude, first of all, to say thank you for inviting me here and for sharing this moment with all of you. I'm so grateful to this moment right now. So, moving forward with gratitude in my life experience, we find ourselves embracing each day with a renewed sense of purpose and appreciation. And gratitude is something that is we're not born with, but we learn to cultivate gratitude as like a plant, right? Like a plant that we plant, and then we encourage it and give it all this love to this plant to grow. Is cultivated. We take a moment to reflect every day. We reflect on what happened during the day, and we can be thankful for every little single moment, as doesn't matter how small or how big it is. You just be grateful to it, because gratitude can bring so much power into you, into positivity, and into your soul, and you can be the best version of yourself. My name is Myra Aquino, and I was born in the Dominican Republic. I was presented the opportunity or on Passive when I was looking online to better myself and to bring an extra income to my household. And at the beginning, I hesitated a bit because I have failed in the past, but I never took a loss of hope. I always take chances in life, because that's what life is, taking chances and always looking for the best for your life. And when I saw the opportunity of on passive, I thought about what about my past failures. But that is, I say no. I'm going to go and take this opportunity and take it all the way. And that happened exactly after I heard speaking. After I heard Mr. Ashmufari speak for the first time, I felt a genuine vibration that came through that person, and I felt it in my soul, in my veins, in my blood. And I say, I'm going for this. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Doesn't matter what I do in my life. Doesn't matter how it goes. I just gonna go and do it. And ever since I've been here, October 31st is gonna be my 4th year. I haven't had one day of regret, because I embrace everything, the positive, the negative. Everything is what teaches to be a better person. And then we can choose from there what we want to be or who we want to become, the people that we want to stay close to. It's just such a beautiful thing to be grateful to everything that you embrace in your life. And it's important. And it takes me to think of Ompasi with so much gratitude. Why? Because I always dream of a big family. I come from a very small family. And when I saw this family grow every day, and me personally making friends that I never saw that I was going to meet in my life experience, friends from all over the world, friends that today I see in a high pedestal, so to speaking, because I look up to them, I learn from them. I I I confident so many things with, I feel trust in them. It's just beautiful what Umpasi has done to me. And I'm so grateful to this vibration. And by the way, Did you know the vibration has 5.4 hertz? Is that frequency. I think Mr. Takusi knows about megahertz. I think this is used in computers. Hertz is also commonly used to measure electromagnetic radiation. And you can measure a lot of things with hertz. I didn't know, And I started looking at that, and the vibration of gratitude, 540. It's even a little bit slightly more, higher than love. Love has 528. And I remember that number of love, the love vibration, because May 528 was one of my daughter was born on May 28. And that's why how it's stick in my memory, right? And I said, wow, love has that vibration of 528. And gratitude is even higher, a 540 vibration. So you know how powerful being grateful is? It just brings you into a different state of mind, and in a state of thankfulness for every little thing that you experience in your daily basis. And when you before you go to bed, just do that, and you see the power that you're gonna wake up so powerful, because every experience is to be, embraced with gratitude. Everything. It's just amazing what happened to us when we do, when we embrace this attitude. And they say also attitude is the best attitude, right? And they right the highest vibration of all. So I'm grateful to my experience with everybody. I'm grateful for all the friends in my big family that I made in On Passive. I'm grateful for this opportunity that is going to transform my life in every possible way. It's going to transform my life in a personal level, and it's going to bring me to a different level altogether. I'm going to accomplish things that I never thought that I will accomplish, because life happens, and sometimes we concentrate in our family, raising our children. As a single mother, I raised my children, and I was concentrated on that. So I kind of neglected a lot of things that I knew I was capable of. But here I am. Ompasi remind me again who I am, what I can be, what I can do with my life, and all the changes that I can bring across every encounter in my life, and the communities that I wanted to correct and help to stop the starvation that is happening in the world, because we live in so much abundance. There is no need for this. And it's just the awakening that Ompasi has bring me in a personal level, that makes me be so grateful for the moment I get up and the moment I go to sleep. And every day for 4 years, I've been faithful to this vision, this mission of Mr. Ash Mufara, because this is what I believe in. It was put into my life experience because I was calling it for too long, and it's finally here. I encourage everybody to get into that state of thankfulness. Be grateful. When the things go wrong, when they don't go your way, there is no reason to complain. There is no reason to judge. There is no reason to criticize. Be grateful for every experience, because every experience is going to give you the star of what you want to do and what you want and who you want to be from there on. So everything good and bad is to embrace. Be thankful to Mr. Mufara, who is the one who have sleepless nights, working for us, working to bring the world into unity, and to make possible that people understand what love is. Love is a big thing. It's something that is not only love to your mother or father or your children. It's a love to every little thing that exists, every living creature, because everything counts. We are everything, and everything counts. It gets me so touchy when I think of gratitude, because I've been grateful. I've been grateful without knowing why I was grateful. I just know that I enjoy everything, even the smell of the coffee that I drink, even when I sit in my mother's patio and I see this little hummingbird coming to eat from the plant, from the flower, and I feel the breeze, and everything gives me joy. And it's just something that we had to cultivate. I keep cultivating it because I really love life, and I love on passive, because I know what's going to happen in the world with this mission of Mr. Ash Mufara. I'm so grateful for his presence, for life, putting him in my journey, in my path, because without him, I don't think I would have been saying everything that I'm saying today. I really are inspired by him, by the lifting that he's doing to lift us all of us, and to put us together in this mission. It's just the greatest gift that I can ever ask for. So I thank you for the time today. I thank you for being here with me, for sharing this journey. And I'm grateful for everything. You just name it. Everything gives me joy. I'm just grateful. Thank you so much. And remember, this is not innate. Gratitude, being grateful is not innate, but we can cultivate it. And it's going to give us a better and more positive life. Thank you so much for the time over here. Thank you.
Wow. All what I can say is wow, Mira. Thank you so much. Thank you. Those words are very powerful. You said, be grateful for every experience. Increase your love and gratitude frequency. You went technical that I don't know if you want to go there. Those are some very powerful words. Thank you so much. And truthfully, you've been here. I remember you since from the days of our old winners, very engaged, trying to do the best that you could. You have been steady throughout the journey of Unpassive. And the one thing that I might add is every single one of us on this panel and those that are engaged are here because we are attracted by, we are connected with Ash Mufara spiritually, because only a few of us really got this vision of Ash Mufara. It's because your natural predisposition, what you are inside when no one is looking, is that you have that thing in you to uplift humanity. That's why you saw the vision. So thank you so much. Let us go to the one and only, the man who who knows how to 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 get us excited, get us hopeful, get us, be at the place where we're all supposed to be, get us to see the rumble, that rumble that is now almost at all of us are, everybody's driveway. You can feel that rumble is right there. Brother Mike Ellis, please tell us what you think about now that we are moving forward and the gratitude that we have within us. You take it from any angle, sir.
Yeah, no, thanks, Bob. Good introduction. I'm not sure I can perform like you want me to. Mira, what you said was absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely loved everything you said. And gratitude really is the key. And you said one thing that I thought was very, very interesting. You said you have tremendous gratitude, as you should, but you're not quite sure why. And I want to touch on the why, because there are a lot of reasons within OnPassive. Once you understand why, not only do you have gratitude, but you wake up with a step in your why. I mean, you just feel really, really good. But before I get into the why of OnPassive and why be grateful for OnPassive, I want to start where Mr. Mufara is. And Mr. Mufara started this journey with the understanding that his gratitude is with God, period. And he does that with no apologies, nor will I. Once you start with a spiritual base, you understand that God is really in control. And if you have him on your side, everything is cake. It might be hard, but it's a piece of cake. And that's where Mr. Mufara starts. And if you start there, you're in a really, really good place. And then we come into OnPassive. Why should we be grateful for OnPassive? Obviously, we're all grateful because of Mr. Mufara, what he brings to the table, his vision, his heart, the amount of care he has for each and every one of us. That's a tremendous thing, and you should be grateful for that. But you start to think about what Mr. Mufara has developed, and I'm going to put it in very, very simple terms. This is not hard to understand. But if you think about the new digital infrastructure that Mr. Mufara has developed, honest, clean, ethical, efficient, secure, you have something that has never been there before. And a lot of people will hear that and they'll go, well, I mean, that sounds nice, but we really already have that. I mean, you can go online, you can do everything you need to do online. It's all there. You just go and do it. No. What Mr. Mufara is bringing online, you have to understand that. If you understand this, you understand where we're at and how unique we are. What Mr. Mufara has developed, and it's a done deal. It's here. It's ready to go. Has never been there before. It's not online right now, guys. Honest, clean, ethical, efficient, secure. It's not there. You cannot find it. In fact, when you go online, everything that's there right now is stacked against you. It's not there for your pleasure. It's not there for your benefit. It's not there for you to build a business. It's there for other people to take your money, period. That's what it is. And that's business. I understand it. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. Mr. Mufareh is changing everything with a new digital infrastructure. And what does that mean? Obviously, you come in, you start to understand that, and your first question is, okay, what does it do for me? Because that's why we're here. What is it going to do for you and I? And when we start to think about it, you have to start thinking about a business plan. And if you've ever been in business for yourself, you understand that developing a business plan and then implementing it, it's a really, really hard thing to do. To come in, it takes about 2 to 3 years to develop a business plan and implement it. Then it takes another 5 to 8 years to actually get into profit. And if we look at Marty, Dan, and I, and what we've done over the last 10 or 12 years, developing a business plan and implementing that business plan, what does it exist? What exists in that plan? And it's really, really complicated. It's really, really hard to do. Number one, you have to have an online shop. And when I talk about an online shop, you have to find something online that you can market and sell. Okay? OnPassive, what do we have to be grateful for? When you look at OnPassive and you look at the products of OnPassive, you know the products of OnPassive, number one, they're going to be superior. Technology is going to be superior to anybody out there. And I know a lot of people on this panel, you know all of this stuff, but for the individuals that are new and just looking at OnPassive, when you understand this, you're going to get gratitude right away. We already have it, but you will see that, yeah, gratitude's the right word for what Mr. Mufareh has done. And when you look at the products of OnPassive, superior at a lower price, Marty, Dan, and I could come in, look at any product that OnPassive comes out with, doesn't matter what it is, whether it's the webinar platform, whether it's the educational platform, whether it's the H&R platform, all the platform that Mr. Farr is going to come out with, superior lower price point. Because of what we've done and what we've developed over the years, we can come in and take any one of those products and it's over. And when I say it's over, I'm talking about your bottom line. I'm talking about money. I'm talking about it coming in and being able to pretty much call the shots. You can do whatever you want to do. And it's because of the other things that we've put together, not only the online shop and the products, but all the content that we can develop with sales page, the landing page, the sales page, the autoresponders, the follow-ups, everything that's involved in marketing to people. This is Marty, Dan, and I. And I'm going to tell you why you should be grateful in just a second. So we've been able to do that. We've been able to come into a market, be able to analyze a market, see how big the market is, see if it's big enough for us to come in and actually start marketing in that market. Because obviously, if you're going to market something, money has to be there. OnPassive, why should you be grateful? When you look at the markets of OnPassive, they're not baby markets. They're not toothpicks. They're not toothbrushes. They're big, big, big markets. And when you just take a few products of OnPassive, it is $1 trillion industry. It is $1 trillion market. And when I say that, that's not over 10 or 20 years. That's an annual amount that could come into OnPassive if they took over the whole market. $1 trillion. That's massive. So again, when you look at a business plan, putting it together, doing all the things you need to do, having the market, and then coming in and driving traffic, getting eyes in front of what you have, it's a very, very difficult thing to do. Marty, Dan, and I, we've learned how to do that over the last 12 years. It takes time. You can't do this overnight. And then we come, why should you be great? Why should you be grateful for OnPassive? As you look at what Mr. Mufareh has done, with the new digital infrastructure, putting everything together under one umbrella, everything being connected, everything that Marty, Dan, and I have learned to do over 12 years, and it doesn't matter when you come into OnPassive, if you've been here for 5 years, or if you come in as we come into the new launch of OnPassive, you have everything that Marty, Dan, and I have and have developed over the last 5 years. What does that mean? You can do what we can do. right away. Boom, right away. Doesn't take any time. And everybody here, everybody coming into OnPassive can do those things. But it's even better than that. If you don't have the inclination to do those things, and by the way, they're very, very easy to do. It doesn't take much to come into OnPassive, cut time frames, and get to that place you want to be quicker. It doesn't take that much. But if you want to come in, do the minimal in OnPassive and let OnPassive do the work, you can do that too. That's what Mr. Mufara has done. Do you have something to be grateful for? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because it doesn't matter if you come in and you just don't have the inclination to do a lot. Mr. Mufara is going to get you to that place where he's going to force you to be successful. What does that mean? Your bottom line is going to change, and over time you will get to the place where you won't worry about finances. That's Mr. Mufara. That is OnPassive. So as I think about OnPassive, as I think about what Mr. Mufara has done, as I think about his vision, as I think about the new digital, and it's such a big deal, the new digital platform. It is massive, guys. It is OnPassive in its totality, and we don't even know what the totality of OnPassive is. There are going to be things that are going to be added to this new digital infrastructure that will blow your mind. You think it's good now. You think it's good now. You haven't seen anything yet, guys. And we're right at the beginning of this. We get to participate with Mr. Mufara. He wants us to come in. He wants us to participate. He wants us to get excited about what he's doing and what's coming, not in months or years, but in weeks. Do you have something to be grateful for? Absolutely. This is OnPassive. This is what they bring to the table. This is what Mr. Mufara brings to the table. And I want to end with one last thing, and I'll turn it back over to you, Bob. I work because I'm waiting for OnPassive to do the relaunch, and obviously you got to pay your bills. I work. And I work with some very high-end individuals. They make a lot of money. They really do. But they're not that much different than you and I. They like to have fun. I love that word, don't you? You want to have fun. That's why a lot of people come into OnPassive. They want to have fun. And these high-end individuals, when they have fun, they do it the right way. They go where they want to go. They do what they want to do. They have the money to do that. But here's the caveat. They're just like you and I. They work like dogs. And they work probably 90 to 95% of the time, and they've got 5% of their life to have fun. And I'm going, it shouldn't be that way. Let's turn that thing around. Let's make it 95% of the time you're having fun and 5% of the time you're working. Now, I do want to tell you this. I work. I've said that. I work because I have to bring in income. I have to pay my bills. What's my fun? This has been for the last 5.5 years, by the way. I get done with work and my fun begins. It is OnPassive. I enjoy what I'm doing. This is not work for me. This is absolute fun. And what's the old saying? If you love what you do, you never work. When I get done working my daily whatever I do, and I get home, I've got about 12 hours of just pure fun. It is OnPassive. Why? It's because OnPassive, and again, this is the last 5 years. It's because OnPassive has allowed me to dream, and they don't put any limitations on me. And if you talk to Marty or Dan, if you talk to them about how I dream, they will tell you I'm absolutely insane. And everything that I dream over the last 5.5 years, and I talked to Marty and Dan about this, everything we've thought of, 100%, this is 100%, guys. Mr. Mufara, our crazy professor, has come in and made it a reality. Who'd have thought? How could that happen? How can he do that? And it's number one, he's very, very, very smart. And the vision that he has is so far beyond me that anything I think about, he comes, oh, we've already done that. And I go, what? You've already done this? Well, and it continues that way because I think 6 years, a year, whatever it is, I think in the future, And Mr. Mufar, he's so far ahead of us. Marty and Dan, we just scratch our head and go, we're not going to stop. As long as you keep fulfilling our wishes and our dreams, we're just going to keep dreaming, Mr. Mufara. And you can just keep doing what you do because we know you're going to be ahead of us. Gratitude. It's a great place to be. On passive, it's not work. And when you start to understand what Mr. Mufara has done, you start to come in and enjoy what he's putting in front of you, all those things that are there to make you successful, to force you to be successful. When you understand that and you come in, the gratitude, it just flows out of you every single day. When you get up, when you go to bed, you're just thankful that you are in a position to be in a place where you can appreciate what Mr. Mufara has done and appreciate what all the other affiliates have done along with Mr. Mufara, because people are really, really amazing. They just come in, no expectations, and they just exceed everything that you thought they could do. That's a really, really fun thing. It's another one of those things you can be grateful for, that you can actually see that in front of you. I'm kind of rambling a little bit, Bob, but I'm very, very excited about On Passive.
That's
and
okay, brother Mike.
The gratitude is
Yeah.
always there. So I'll turn it back over to you and
Gratitude. Mr. Ash is giving us
turn
the
it over.
toolkit, like you said, I think last week, or was it you or Maddie, who is giving us the toolkit to use to our own optimum potential. That's it. You talked about fun. It is true. If you speak to my brother Oliver Fonte, he will say that this is the only business where you don't have to worry about paying rent. You don't have to worry about paying employees. You don't have to worry about paying insurance. You don't have to worry about everything. It's done for you. You have a business and you don't have any of those headaches. Mr. Ash has alleviated that off of all of us. Isn't that amazing? So all what you need to do is have fun, and then go forward and express your gratitude in the way you can. Now, let me introduce the next great doctor of OnPassive. You know, it is actually my privilege and my honor, I think I believe, to be the first one to introduce her to the world as a doctor. Please, let us welcome Dr. Ivy Mix. Now it makes sense. Now everything makes sense about her. When she speaks, the way she speaks, the content of her speeches, now it makes sense. I was privileged to find out last week that she's now a doctor of divinity and I believe psychology. She's going to tell us more. But let us hear from Dr. Ivy Miss. Tell us about what you think about us moving forward and your gratitude. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And gratitude and moving forward, I'll give gratitude to Mr. Ash Mufara and OnPassive for who I have become today. I wasn't any of that. I wasn't planning to be any of that. I was just joined OnPassive, and I can tell you where in my room I was standing, and he was introducing some people to OnPassive. And I realized that he liked excellence, and he liked, he said he had people of integrity, people with skill, people who know. And even our Ash Mufara we like him because we know he is way up there in intelligence, in skill, and in learning. And what he's doing and where he's bringing us to, he requires that. So when I was watching that webinar, it was about a 3.5-hour webinar. I had just done, I think I was just doing an associate's degree, just here and there, randomly, one credit a week or a month. I mean, not something I was going after. I was just doing it because the opportunity had come to my lap. So when I heard him that day, I said, oh, he values education. He values skill. He values knowledge. He values excellence. So that started my brain turning. And then one person had said, oh, he had written these many books. And I said, well, I think I can do that. You know, so just that, I don't know why it came to me like that. So I said, okay, then I became serious. So before I realized, 4 years, I just been going through, and then When I reached the master's degree, or I can't remember, it was master's or doctorate, then I used to hear Maddie. Maddie used to say, "You're not too old for anything." I heard it on his morning. There was a time that's all he talked about. There was a time where he was always saying, whether you're 60 or 80 or whatever, you can always, then I said, okay, so on passive has made me better. It was nothing I was thinking about, brothers and sisters. And I also told myself, on passive is going to be big. And we have to share on passive with the world. Some people would not listen to you if you are not qualified. It's just them. That's how they are. It's just like somebody says, I'm going to fly a plane and I don't have any hours in piloting. You will not have confidence in them. That's the way the world is. Then I said, okay, I can do this. So I just want to tell you, it's one of the hardest things I ever did. I didn't think I could make it. There was a time I used to talk to Engineer Mike. I said, Engineer Mike, I cannot come on any webinar because I have to study. And then there was a day I gave up because I had one class that my professor was requiring. I read 4,000 pages. That was before the classes and the papers. And I was like, how was I going to do it? Then I have a friend, a doctor, and she said, Ivy, go for it. As she says, we know how hard it is, but so I thank God for everybody pushing me through. So that is my first gratitude. My gratitude to who I've become today. My husband comes here and he says, oh my God, Dr. Mrs. Ivy Mix. I say, yeah, that's me. That's your wife. So it's been an amazing, it took me about Brother Bob was the first person I told in on passive because I had just gotten the paper and I texted it to him. So thank you for that introduction. And it was one of the hardest things, but it took me about a week to know that my status was different, not like in any way, but it could not sink in. It could not sink at work because it was too hard. It's like when you run a race and you get to the finish line and you are the first crossing the line. You cannot even believe you've crossed the line. That was what happened to me. I could not believe it for days. I could not know that I had crossed the finish line. And I want to thank Mr. Ash Mufara for that. So talking about gratitude, my gratitude is expansive, is immense, and I always want to be able to share a tip or a power in your mind, because some of us, like me, my mind was powered to move forward and go to school. I heard it. So on these webinars, know that you're coming for your mind to be empowered. When you listen to Mr. Mike Ellis, at times we think it's too huge, but your mind has to be empowered to receive the amount, which is what we are dealing with. He cannot say it in any other way. When he talks about the figures, that is what it is. That's the reality. And most of the time he says he's lowballing the numbers. So we are being empowered to receive a power. At times you don't have the power to think. Like let me give you an example. Some people will be saying, okay, let's say, well, we've seen that our numbers have expanded and grown on the OTECH, the Heroes, all the webinars. Why is it so? Because we've been talking about it. Show your hand, make a comment. So the next step is going to be putting on your camera. Now, putting on your camera is hard for some people. It was hard for me. So I started getting a suit, put it on the side. And then anytime I'm called upon, even if it's one, it was a black one, and I'll wear it. Then I had what I call my hair. Don't you laugh? Because one day my husband came to the house and I said, can you get me my hair? Your hair full of hair. Your hair is it? Then he just put his hand. He said, it's your hair. I said, no, I have another hair somewhere. I know ladies know what I mean. I said, that is my other hair. It's blue and it has more curls. It's another name for a wig, but in this house, we don't say wig, we say hair. So just get another set of hair, put it on the side. When they say Mike Ellis is coming on or Ash is coming on, put on your suit and put on your other hair. We call it hair. Put on your hair, your real hair or your other hair. So these are things that we are learning. So just make fun, just be happy. Like Mike Ellis said, he said so many things that is exciting me. This is my happy place. when I'm invited, like I was invited, I was like, yes, I'll go, you know, so it makes you excited. The next day you'll be thinking of what to say and all that. So the more you have gratitude in your own life, the more you have energy, the more you feel bouncy, the more you know what to say. You know, you are building your own superpower. Nobody's building it for you. Ash, we are grateful for Ash. He's done his own. Now the super person that's going to be is you. You're waiting for you. You're not waiting for Ash. Ash has done his own. Now we are waiting. You are waiting for you. So what are you going to bring to you? How are you going to approach? How are you going to give yourself to the world? Who you are is far greater than anyone has ever told you. It is your duty to make it happen. Happiness, what does happiness mean? Happiness means you've made it happen. When it happens continuously, then you're happy. Happy is coming from the word happen. It happens. Ash has made it happen for us. That's why that's excitement. He's made it happen for us. Now step into that happening. It's continuous. Look at it. We are so happy because the news he gave us was a happening. He has changed a situation. We could go into an yes. The next day we could do this. We could, you see, he is continuously, making us happy. He's making it happen for us. It's your duty to step into it and make yourself happy. It's your duty to step into it and add what you need to continue your gratitude. I am so grateful to Ash. You know, when a building is torn, when you tear a building down, within 3 months, if you don't rebuild it, you see weeds growing it, you see snakes in there. I don't know if there are lizards in this country, but in Africa, we'll have lizards, we'll have crocodiles, we'll have everything in there. Now, that building was torn down. He put it back up. Nature is such that nature cannot stand a void. You cannot have that old building there without all the weeds in there. So what did he do for us? He did not allow the weeds to grow in our mind. He did not allow us to be depressed. We are grateful that he rebuilt the house. He did not have time for snakes and all these kind of negativity to grow in there. That's the first big thank you we should be giving. Now that your mind is clear, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? We get what we rehearse, not what we intend. What you rehearse. You're going to rehearse where you're going. Ash is continually saying, I was born to change the world. Ash is continually saying, he's going to do this or die. What are you saying? What are you saying? Are you saying I'm good enough? Are you saying I'm worthy of this thing coming? Are you saying I'm happy? Are you saying I'm full of joy? Are you saying that I'm in the greatest company ever? See me, these are things that you have to empower yourself with. As you saying them, you'll be knowing what to do. As you're saying them, your step will be changed. There are days I just step out and I look in the mirror and I say, oh, not being prideful. I say I'm the best. I say it for me. When I go to the airport and I sit in a plane, I say, thank you, God, for giving me this opportunity to have this kind of experience. What are you saying? Let us empower ourselves as we're being grateful. This is the time we're going to step into great empowerment. And also, one great thing that we want to do now is to create a thought. What new thing are we going to think today to show that we are grateful? Not what you thought yesterday. Yesterday is past. Your future is coming. The future is a building. Like I said, you are the superpower that is going to build your life. So right now we've heard it twice. We've given the toolkits. We've been given the tools to build this great life, this great happening that has happened. And you have to shift out of where you were yesterday. You can move forward. How can you do that? Number one, by being obedient and compliant. When they say, okay, the OES is coming, let us sign in and stop and wait. That is a shift. That is a shift. Learning how to do as you're told, with especially like the OTECH pros and people who are technical, they will tell you that you can put this thing on tomorrow. 48 hours later, you can do this. So that is part of our growth. And then be an astronaut of your life. I'll give you a story and I'll stop here. There's a lady called Danica Patrick. She's one of the fastest driving the NASCAR on the earth. So fast. And she started doing the NASCAR when she was 10 years old. But she also learned another skill which put her forward. Do you know what she did? She did what the astronauts did. The astronauts, they live ahead of time. Astronauts, they have what they call precognitive thinking. They enter into where they are going before it comes. Now, Danica Patrick, in her mind, she was driving at 250. And the human being, by nature, the fastest you can drive is 170. She put herself, she lived outside her speed in her mind. And she was able to do 225 miles per hour. And when they asked her the fastest speed she has gone, she said she went 245. So what am I trying to say? We can think and put ourselves in that, according to Mr. Mike Ellis, and according to me, and according to what we're going to do, put ourselves in that prosperity, put ourselves in what is coming. Before it gets here, Danica Patrick did it. I was amazed that so they tested her brain in the lab and she had an unusual decibel in her mind because that is how she was thinking. Are we going to be thinking that way? As she's thinking that way, as she's living in a world that he has moved forward, when are we going to catch up? We have to catch up. We have to catch up, and that's how our gratitude is going to be expressed. So I just want to say thank you for this great forum. Thank you for all these meetings that we've been having. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for the great ladies, for the sisterhood and the support of the men. We are going somewhere, and we are going to enter into that time that Ash is taking us to. Thank you.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's why we call her Ivy Mix, Dr. Ivy Mix. Everybody, please give it up for Dr. Ivy Mix. What did she say that I got? Hey, you are your own superpower, she says. You are your own superpower. Ash is giving you the tools for you to be your own superpower. Make it happen. Make it happen that you'll be happy.
Yeah.
And then she ends with the astronaut analogy, where you have precognitive thinking. So what Brother Mike Ellis has been saying is Mike Ellis believes everything that he said, and I believe what he's saying. That's a precognitive thinking, right? When Brother Mike tells us privately, not publicly, some things that can blow our mind, we keep it in our mind because it is true. That is the precognitive thinking. You attract it. You attract it and bring it inside your soul, and it becomes a reality. Let us hear from Sister Francine, if she can just summarize what we've heard so far. I know it's a lot, but she's very good at just picking one or two things just to tell our French-speaking community what has been going on so far. Then we'll go to Serge in Germany, and then we'll go to my one and only Gina Oliver. So let us hear from our Sister Francine. Francine, over to you, please.
Merci beaucoup. Merci Bob. Merci tout le monde. Donc, nous sommes très heureux ce soir d'avoir cette session au cours de laquelle nous allons voir pourquoi il est intéressant d'exprimer notre gratitude et notre reconnaissance. Donc, nous avons une invitée de marque parmi nous ce soir qui nous a accompagnés dans beaucoup depuis le temps des Winners. Elle s'appelle Maria Aquino. Maria Aquino est quelqu'un d'important parce qu'elle a toujours été là. Donc, avoir de la gratitude pour notre invitée principale ce soir, c'est dans toutes nos expériences que nous devons l'expérimenter. Donc, elle ne s'est pas arrêtée de prendre des opportunités telles qu'elles se présentaient et elle s'est sentie bénie de rencontrer On Passive. Donc, elle fête ses 4 ans avec On Passive le 21 octobre prochain et elle voit sa croissance au jour le jour. Et elle a pris une analogie de ce que provoque la gratitude en nous avec les ondes 528, je crois, mégahertz. La pratique de la gratitude est telle que des ondes sont projetées et des ondes très puissantes, donc ça élève notre esprit. La pratique de la gratitude élève notre esprit. Retenons cela. Donc, en tant que mère célibataire, cela l'a beaucoup aidé pour faire face à bien des situations dans la vie et elle encourage chacun de nous à pratiquer cela dans notre quotidien. Et elle a beaucoup de gratitude, particulièrement aujourd'hui encore vis-à-vis de H. Moufare qui a insufflé ce courant parmi nous. Donc, n'arrêtons pas de prier pour H. Moufare. Mike Ellis nous a également entraînés, comme d'habitude, dans les chiffres. Je n'ai pas pu relever tous ces chiffres-là, mais il a dit que ce que j'ai retenu de plus, c'est que H. Moufare nous donne les outils pour développer notre business. Et H. Moufare est l'un des premiers personnages qui pratique la gratitude. Parce que pour vivre le projet qu'il a mis en place, c'est quelqu'un qui s'est tourné vers Dieu. Et plus on se rapproche de Dieu, plus on a cette importance de la gratitude. C'est essentiel. Tout est dans les mains de Dieu et On Passive ne peut pas dévier de cette trajectoire. Ensuite, dans le monde numérique aujourd'hui, ceci m'a paru très important. On Passive a développé quelque chose dont nous pouvons être fiers parce que si nous fouillons le monde numérique aujourd'hui, nous n'allons jamais retrouver la performance de ce que nous avons dans On Passive. Et il nous a lancé le défi de le faire. Pourquoi? Parce que nos programmes sont tellement bien élaborés qu'ils ne sauraient tenir dans un business plan. Le business plan a quelque part une limitation qui ne nous permettrait pas de tout mettre ce qu'il y a dans les programmes de On Passive. Donc ça, c'est très pertinent et c'est très rassurant en même temps. Donc, tout ce que nous pouvons développer, attendez. Donc, l'argent ne représente même encore rien par rapport à cela parce que c'est des sommes pharaoniques qu'on ne peut pas développer ici. Nous félicitons notre sœur Ivy Mix qui a eu le titre de docteur aujourd'hui. Et Ivy est une personne qui nous dit aujourd'hui que notre pouvoir est entre nos mains. Nous sommes nous-mêmes le pouvoir absolu. C'est le message à retenir de Dr. Ivy aujourd'hui. Elle fait une analogie même avec les astronautes qui vivraient, je dis au conditionnel parce que c'est l'information qu'elle a donnée, qui vivraient au-delà de l'existence actuelle, mais projettent toujours plus loin, le plus loin possible pour se dépasser eux-mêmes. Donc, ils vivent dans une certaine gratitude au-delà des attentes. Et elle remercie aujourd'hui On Passive pour son titre de docteur parce qu'elle a appris énormément au cœur d'On Passive. Depuis qu'elle y est, elle s'est sentie encouragée et elle remercie particulièrement Monsieur H. Moufare. Donc, grosso modo, elle nous invite à grandir, à nous laisser grandir nous-mêmes parce que c'est au fond de nous et c'est de notre devoir que nous pourrons concrétiser la réalité si nous pratiquons la gratitude. Mettons nous-mêmes dans ce qui vient, projetons-nous et mettons-nous à l'intérieur de ce qui est en train de venir au-devant de nous. C'est comme ça que nous allons dépasser les frontières. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, Marcel, merci. Merci beaucoup. So we go all the way back to Europe. We go to our brother Serge. Serge, thanks for joining us. Please, if you can just give us what your feelings are in reference to moving forward with gratitude, as our title says. Over to you, Serge.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Sarah Shambirin from Ivory Coast, but I'm living in Germany. I have studied here and I work here. Okay, I want to speak in French because I'm here for the French-speaking people.
C'est
So,
bon.
voilà. So, oui, parlons de ondes passives. Ondes passives. Si on veut parler de ondes passives, on va prendre énormément de temps parce que ondes passives, c'est ma seconde passion. Ma première passion, c'est Dieu et les êtres humains. Et ma deuxième passion que je viens de découvrir, c'est ondes passives. Pourquoi est-ce que ondes passives est une passion pour moi? C'est une passion pour moi parce que ondes passives va me permettre d'atteindre mes objectifs dans la vie. Moi, personnellement, mes objectifs, ce n'est pas d'être une personne très riche et avoir des villas partout, avoir un jet privé ou ce genre de choses. Mais mon objectif, c'est d'aider beaucoup de personnes. Voilà, c'est d'aider beaucoup de personnes, aider les orphelins, aider les nécessités. Je ne saurais jamais vous expliquer pourquoi est-ce que j'ai ce genre d'obsession ou bien j'ai ce genre d'idées dans mon cœur, mais moi-même, je n'arrive pas à expliquer tout ça. Et c'est comme ça que je suis. Et donc, mais lorsque vous avez ce genre de choses, vous avez ce genre de pensées et que votre salaire ne vous permet pas de faire beaucoup de choses, vous voyez que vous avez des limites. C'est dans la recherche d'opportunités que j'ai vu, je suis tombé sur Onde Passive. Voilà. Et là, comment est-ce que je suis tombé sur Onde Passive? D'abord, j'étais dans une situation matrimoniale très difficile et donc je cherchais à avoir une maison. Et c'est là que j'ai vu une maison et j'ai parlé avec le bailleur. Et dans notre échange, le bailleur m'avait dit que, bon, il m'avait demandé qu'est-ce que je fais comme travail, qu'est-ce que je fais que j'ai comme plaisir, qu'est-ce que je vais faire dans la vie. Donc, dans tout ça, là, je lui ai expliqué que, voilà, moi, je cherche à faire beaucoup de développement au niveau en Afrique là-bas. Et donc, il m'a dit, voilà, je peux te présenter une société qu'on appelle Homme Passive, qui a un logiciel qui va venir qu'on appelle Obless, qui pourra t'aider à faire tout ce que tu aimerais faire. Donc, au départ, tout ce qu'il était en train de dire là, ça ne m'intéressait pas parce que moi, je voulais juste la maison, qu'il me donne la maison. Donc, mais après, j'ai pris des vidéos de Fernand Coueté et j'ai regardé pendant tout un week-end. Et c'est à la fin du week-end que j'ai été convaincu. Je me suis dit, OK, puisque ce n'est pas cher, donc il faudrait que je puisse avoir un compte. Donc, je me suis inscrit et c'est comme ça que je suis arrivé à Onde Passive. Donc, j'ai commencé à suivre un peu les webinaires de H. Mofaré et j'ai vu qu'il avait, bon, c'est pas ce genre d'entrepreneur que nous connaissons tous. C'est totalement quelqu'un qui parle de Dieu, il parle de la relation entre les hommes, il parle de paix, il parle de développement des hommes, tout et tout ça. Donc ça aussi, ça m'a vraiment, vraiment impressionné parce que ça, c'est mon domaine. Élever les autres, aider les autres, tout et tout ça. Vous voyez? Et donc, c'est ainsi que j'ai commencé à aller encore plus en profondeur dans cette affaire de onde passive. Et j'ai croisé des personnes très merveilleuses comme les OTECH Pro, comme Martienne, qui m'a beaucoup donné des conseils, qui m'a beaucoup guidé. Et parce qu'au départ, je ne suis pas quelqu'un voilà, qui se présente devant des personnes comme ça. Si je me présente devant des personnes pour parler, c'est à l'église. Voilà. Et donc, elle m'a motivé voilà, à participer à des émissions, tout ça. Et donc, c'est comme ça que j'ai commencé, je me retrouve aujourd'hui parmi vous. Donc, le chemin n'était pas aussi facile, mais c'était vraiment intéressant lorsque vous avez des personnes qui vous poussent, qui vous aiment, qui vous encouragent, tout et tout, comme les OTECH Pro, comme par exemple Martienne et puis d'autres personnes. Et ça m'a tellement intéressé que moi-même, j'ai créé des groupes de formation. J'appelle ça des groupes de formation parce que je faisais des formations sur les logiciels, tout ça. Voilà. Donc, voilà comment je suis arrivé. Voilà comment je suis devenu aujourd'hui. Et tout ça, je pense que c'est grâce à notre PDG. Parce que si je n'avais pas vu le genre de personne que le PDG est, je n'allais pas voilà, aller beaucoup plus en profondeur. Mais le PDG a une certaine personnalité qui m'inspire, vous voyez, qui m'inspire beaucoup. Souvent, je réfléchis, je me demande, mais comment il arrive à faire telle chose? Comment il arrive à garder son calme malgré les difficultés que nous rencontrons? Comment il arrive à garder le calme avec toute cette masse de personnes qui comptent sur lui? Vous voyez, quand tu es un père de famille, 2 ou 3 personnes comptent sur toi, ou bien, bon, en Afrique, peut-être 2 familles, 3 familles comptent sur toi. Mais H. Moufaré, c'est des millions de personnes qui comptent sur lui actuellement. Je me demande comment il arrive à dormir, comment il arrive à planifier tout, comment il arrive à gérer même sa famille, tout et tout ça. Donc, c'est quelqu'un qui m'inspire beaucoup. Ça m'impressionne, sa manière de faire des choses. Et ce qui m'a beaucoup impressionné encore, c'est pourquoi je passe le temps à le remercier, c'est qu'au moment où on traversait énormément de difficultés, où l'entreprise pouvait se fermer d'un jour à l'autre, il avait il avait cette positivité. Il n'a jamais dit que nous allons laisser tomber. Il n'a jamais dit des choses qui allaient nous faire peur. Il n'a jamais dit des choses qui allaient peut-être nous décourager. Mais il nous a toujours encouragés. Il était toujours de bonne humeur, alors qu'on savait qu'il y avait le feu qui brûlait en bas. Voilà, donc c'est pour cela que je remercie véritablement le PDG pour tout ce qu'il a fait pour nous, pour tout ce qu'il continue de faire actuellement, parce que je sais que lorsque On Passive va fonctionner, ça sera vraiment une très grande grâce pour moi personnellement et pour beaucoup de personnes. À travers moi, il y a énormément de personnes qui vont bénéficier. Il y a des orphelinats qui vont bénéficier, il y a des entreprises qui vont bénéficier, il y a des cliniques qui vont bénéficier, il y a des familles, il y a énormément d'enfants qui vont bénéficier, il y a beaucoup de jeunes qui vont bénéficier à cause des projets que j'ai déjà conçus. Aussi, lorsque nous allons avoir voilà, les retombées de On Passive. Voilà. Donc, c'est très, très important. Maintenant, concernant On Passive lui-même, je me demande si vous avez croisé une entreprise comme On Passive qui est bâtie sur un pilier, le pilier de l'humanité, le pilier d'aider les autres, le pilier de faire quelque chose pour contribuer, pour élever les autres. Parce qu'une entreprise normale, c'est pour avoir du gain. Il ne s'intéresse pas si tu es malade ou bien si tu n'es pas malade, il ne s'intéresse pas à ça. Mais On Passive vient donner un autre genre d'entreprise. Une entreprise qui veut élever les autres. Une entreprise qui veut voilà, bâtir la vie des autres, changer la vie des autres. Et ça, c'est quelque chose que je ne vais jamais oublier. Et donc, je remercie véritablement On Passive, je remercie H. Moufaré et je remercie aussi tous ceux qui participent à qui participent à ça. Franchement, merci beaucoup.
Right.
Merci de m'avoir invité. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, mon frère Serge. Monsieur Vincent, vous pouvez traduire en anglais ou vous voulez que j'ai pris un peu de notes, mais je ne sais pas si vous voulez parler ce qu'il a dit en anglais.
Je crois que Francine écrivait.
Francis, Francis, vous pouvez traduire en anglais? Un peu?
Oui.
Ok.
Serge, yes. Serge introduced himself. He is from Côte d'Ivoire, living in Germany. And he gave us a glance on the life he had trying to do some charity. And then he met On Passive. On Passive was the answer to his expectations, to what he was doing. And he is very grateful to Mr. Ash Mufare because through him he will listen to help others. He said that he's grateful to Mr. Mufare, and he wonders if you ever came across a company based on charity and lifting humanity. For him, it's something very new. And he's just keep point the fact that he is grateful because now his project will come to life with on passive. He has started so many things here and there back home, but it's like stopped in his actions because something is still missing. But he believes that in on passive that would be more than possible. He has a lot of gratefulness. He has a lot of gratitude towards Mr. Mufare and all the people within ONPAS. Thank you, Serge. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Serge. I think he also, in the opening, he said his first passion is, his second passion is unpassive, his first passion is God. So he's very passionate about unpassive.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
so
you.
I know brother Marty has come, but we have Sister Jean queued up. So Sister Jean is going to go, then brother Marty will come after her. Sister Jean, I've been waiting patiently to hear what you have to tell us today. I know you have just a unique way of putting it together for us to get it. So tell us how you feel, what you feel about this concept of us moving forward and the gratitude that we all have.
Thank you so much, Bob. My first gratitude goes to you for putting Francine and Serge in front of me, because hearing the French language calms my spirit like nothing else. So I thank you both for that. Beautiful, beautiful. And I want to thank God for always being this. I'm thanking God in advance, which is like what I think gratitude is, for speaking through me, because I want to articulate this in the right way. And when you talk about moving forward with gratitude, what On Passive is doing, like it does everything, is showing the world a different way, doing things differently. So there are a lot of inspirational speakers out there that, or quotes that talk about gratitude, and they sound, it's just sort of like just great quotes, but how many people actually use the power of gratitude for what it is, what it's intended for? And I'm so glad Myra brought up the vibrational frequency of gratitude, which is higher than love. So if love is at 528 hertz, gratitude and joy are at 540. So the frequency of gratitude and joy it's a powerful force. If we think of love as what I considered always and talked about as the most powerful force in the universe, and that Ash is basing an entire company on the power of love and infusing it into, it's not just a nice thing to say. It is a powerful force. And if it's being built into the fabric of our company, just imagine what the energy of gratitude will do to our company, bringing us all together in a group this large and across the planet, and feeling the sense of gratitude showering our teams, our CEO, each other with gratitude, genuine gratitude. Myra, I love you, and I'm so grateful to have you in my life. Your wisdom and your insight, your deep insight, that's genuine. And if you multiply that across thousands and millions of people, that is a powerful force, a tool. And I believe that Ash Mufara is a human being that understands these things on a very deep level. He's not just a nice guy. He's someone who understands that if you're going to build something that is going to transform the world, transform and lift humanity, you must do it with the most powerful tools. And that is love, gratitude, and joy. The ultimate goal is to bring out our joy, and by fulfilling our dreams, getting us to express our greatest creativity, being free to do so and to innovate. So when you talk about the power of gratitude, when I said those inspirational speakers out there, we have so many examples of people who have shown us when they had every reason not to be grateful, they were grateful anyway, and then went on to change lives. And I have three examples. One is Bethany Hamilton, and I don't know if you're familiar with who she is. She was a young woman, a surfer. She was attacked by a shark and lost an arm. And not only would that have been extremely traumatizing, could have killed her, it could have kept her in fear, and she might have not gone on to take the next steps. But instead, she filled herself with gratitude for life, for the fact that she still had one arm and two legs. And she went on to become a champion surfer and a motivational speaker. Les Brown, one of the greatest motivational speakers in the world, came from poverty, struggled in school, had all sorts of adversity in his life. And he just, when you look at life with gratitude, it just opens doors. It opens your mind. It frees you. And then your story then inspires people all around you. And then my last example is someone who I just think is just the creme de la creme of someone taking gratitude and changing not only his own life, but the life of every person that knows his story. And that is Nick Vujicic, the gorgeous man born with no arms and no legs. And if you've not ever heard him speak, you must go and listen to him speak. He is, just, how many people would have given up with no arms to move you around, whatever, but he has a voice. He has a voice, and he used it, and he never gave up, and always just, you can never have any excuses if you're around this man. So that's when Ash, I love what Ivy, what you said about the building that's run down and the weeds grow up in it and all of that, and how Ash had something that had been broken down, had been infiltrated, had been damaged, but did he allow it to crumble more and let the weeds take it over? No, he cleaned the weeds out. He started rebuilding the walls, actually, well, freshly building the walls. So there was no time for more weeds and things to take hold, because he was grateful that he had the team around him, grateful for us and our love, our unwavering faith and love and gratitude for the beautiful vehicle of OnPassive that's going to change all of our lives. So for me, moving forward with gratitude is just, it's the gas in our car. It is the thing that's moving us forward. And I'm just so overflowing with it that it's really hard to express. But I hope that I hope that I captured just a little nugget of what I believe is a very, very powerful tool in our toolkit. Thank you so much, Bob.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. When you were speaking, I was just thinking about what's Nick Vujicic. That's one person who you have to listen to him, and then you feel what gratitude really is. So we are moving forward. We are moving forward with gratitude. When we talk about moving forward, let's also remember where we are coming from as we're moving forward, and the folks that have been able to propel us to move forward. So my gratitude also goes to this team, this extraordinary team that has been able to come back, pick the pieces together. Let's remember, they did not come and receive a system and everything to put together, the handover documentation and this and that. This is where this is where that is. It did not happen like that. They came and picked the system back and put it all together. But our gratitude must also go to our founder, Mr. Ash, because the buck stops with him. It is thanks to him, his steadiness and everything, the ability to compartmentalize his brain. This is a man who comes to us every day, sits with us, but he also has his own family issues, things that he's dealing with. But he has this extraordinary ability to divide his head, his brain, to deal with this in this bucket, deal with that in that bucket, deal with that in that bucket. So my gratitude goes to all of them. But I'm very, very excited to hear how Brother Madi sees it. Brother Madi?
Drop me a wall to unmute. Yeah, it's a powerful thing to be talking about. I think of gratitude and leveraging at the same time. There's a whole ecosystem that Ash had that you start to put together as time goes on. One is he found a way in his life to master working online, became very successful, made a lot of money, and was a giving person. And he leveraged that to give the same thing to us. And my gratitude is the potential of what we can have. My gratitude is, yes, these guys came in, this new team came in, inherited a pile of mess, absolute mess. And they put it together. And the thing is, when you're building a puzzle, you usually have the box on the table so you know what it's supposed to look like. They didn't have the box. They didn't have anything. And they're looking through these haystack for different length needles. It was wild. And I had a lot of gratitude towards them in a way that it's the first time for me that I saw where Ash was on the receiving end of over delivering. And when I saw that in his face, I went, wow, this is very good. But if you can, I believe in leveraging everything. If you can, and by the way, Ivy, congratulations, but I'm not surprised. You were a doctor the first time I ever heard you. They just gave me the paperwork recently. That's all. I knew that was coming. But anyway, so I saw Ash as this master leveraging. And funny, after it's all going, Ash is going to get what he gave back again. Because you know what he wanted? He wanted us all to live his lifestyle that he can do. And when we start to see that happening, the gratitude's going back to him. It's one big thing. And you can push gratitude, you can do whatever. But I think as we take everything in Unpassive and we leverage it towards this Unpassive universe, the ecosystem, and I'm not talking about we log in on, the ecosystem of Unpassive is gratitude, love, support, mindset. Mindset is a powerful thing. And I don't have a lot of patience. So I'm going to push mindset on somebody until they believe themselves, okay? And they will. The thing is, everybody will. I see people changing now. and little things, for example, for me personally, I would look at something and I never said, I can't do that. The first sentence out of my mouth is, how can I do that? What can I do to make that happen? And it's little things like that you put in on yourself. Now, I learned a lot from Mr. Mufara on the way he set things up. Ash Mufara, for me, has said more than any man without anything coming out of his mouth. And that's pretty powerful. While he's doing stuff and I'm watching, I feel like I'm looking in the window. You know what I mean? I'm a peeping Tom. And I'm watching what he's doing and I'm watching reactions and I'm going, wow. He's leveraging his heart. And in turn, everybody else is doing the same thing. Thank you very much. And you're doing a good job. Costs nothing. But did you know the return on investment is priceless? And we have a lot of people doing that now. We have a lot of people lifting other people up. Look, we're all at a different level in our journey in Unpassive, all of us. And some will see some, even if you think somebody, well, he's been here 6 years, he or she knows. Not necessarily. If you're open-minded enough and you go to the leverage of love and the leverage of Unpassive, and keep your mind open. Every day I learn something from somebody. I don't care who it is. And when you have the mindset to listen and understand people, only then can you leverage that and push it off to not one person, but hundreds and then thousands. That's why I say people, since June, I racked my brain thinking, never waste time. So what can we do during this time that might not be as easy if we were running? And what it was is, okay, now go out there and find these people as quickly as you can. Make them feel comfortable to at least open the door, or make them comfortable to at least make a video. Maybe they don't want to come on camera. Let them do one at home. I mean, I kept changing it to see what the results was. But as they did it, then I said, okay, I got to leverage this. How? Somebody would do a video and I would say, hey, do you have friends or somebody on passive that was kind of shy? Like, yeah. Well, give them this and tell them they can do it too. Well, we did over like 200 videos. And deaf people, the Hmong community has sent videos every day for the last 2 weeks. And if you shine on them and they see it and feel it, for one thing, it helps change their mindset. It really does. And then when people are given goodness, like Ash did to us, if you're a good-hearted person, what happens? You have to give it to somebody else. You can't hold it. I see it here in people talking. You want to express how you feel, and sometimes there's no words for it. So it's your actions. Hey, do this, this, and this. And then you see people, they smile a little more, they're more positive, they sit up taller. Now they're telling other people what they should do to help themselves. So leverage the love, leverage your knowledge. We got to get people to believe they deserve. And you got to get people to the limit where they say there's no limit. Everything is possible. If you believe, you're 100% right all the time. If you believe you can't, you won't. And you can see that with people right now. That's the most gratifying thing for me, and I'm passive, is not the money. Do I need it? Yeah, don't be crazy. I'm raising grandchildren, and yeah, trust me. But I know that's coming. So I don't want to focus on it. I don't need to focus on that. But if we can take this, what we have, which you don't know what the name, we're not sure what to call, this ball of unpassive, and bounce it around the world, imagine what will happen. Just imagine what will happen. And you can't tell me there's not other people that love to have the feeling all of you had in the last hour and a half. It's got to be, there's billions, not millions, billions that would love to have this feeling without mentioning one dime. And the cool thing about that is that's coming anyway. Mike said earlier, like when we marketed, I spent hours and hours and days and weeks and years learning something. And it was inch by inch. And most of the time, you took one step forward and 2 steps back. That was learning to do it right, And that's why I kind of get upset when somebody says, I did this for years. And okay, don't tell me that, because I know that's not true. Now, Ash takes his ability and says, while he's giving out food and water with his children, he's teaching them to give too. How can I leverage this? I'll package it up and scale it bigger than anything that's ever been on the planet. And I'll offer it to the people that come. Going back to the field of dreams. He was told, Ash, if you build it, they will come. And it started with 1, then 2, now 1,400,000 accounts. Now he's built it. We're building it. Now what's going to happen? We've leveraged the field of dreams. We've leveraged what we see. And everybody told you, your family and friends, you're an idiot. Well, don't you see people playing in the field? No, I don't see nothing. You're sitting on a bench like you're at a baseball game, and there's no baseball and there's nobody there. You look like an idiot. But when it hit the guy, he turned around and saw him. How long have they been here? That's what's going to happen. On passive is going to become a reality, and they'll come back. I don't care what they said before. I don't care what anybody said before. I really don't care what people say, because I know when it becomes real, everybody will see it. Remember the end of the movie? It was in the evening, and you could see the traffic with lights on as far as you could see. It wasn't that way in the beginning. What do I mean by the beginning? The journey we all took. Nobody wanted to come down this road. You couldn't beg somebody to come in on passive, except for the people that were drawn in because they're like Ashmithara. He said, you will attract people that are like you, that believe like you, and feel like you. And he did. And we're going to. I'm just saying, believe in yourself. Once you know, and you can leverage that, gratitude is not a good enough word for me. I don't know, there isn't a word. I just want to say, to know the little bit that I learned, and Mike and Dan, knowing that that's probably, we probably knew more than 80% of the people online working. To know that the guy that was the master at it has said, I'm going to make everybody a master. Do you think, don't you understand now why it was so hard to get to where we are now? Good things don't happen fast. They just don't. Good things never happen fast. And Ash, out of everybody, said to me, I can believe he said to a few people, I'm glad it happened. Horrified him, I'm sure, gut-wrenching. We don't know how much money. We know probably years were lost. We'll find the truth one day. I don't even care anymore. I want to focus where we're going. And I look at him, no words, and I go, oh my God, he has what he's been looking for. And from leveraging, I know if he has it, we're all getting it. But just please expect more than you think. Just keep pushing yourself. Whatever you want, you can have it. I don't care if you did another business. I don't care. The potential in passive is unlimited. It is truly unlimited. And yeah, I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for this team. Obviously, the team he's got now wanted to work with Ashmithara. Why? Same reason we do. Yeah, they're paid well, no doubt. But the same reason we do. They could go anywhere. Sounds like some of the people he has working for him, they're the best in the world. They go anywhere. Why would you go with a company that's been going through what passive has been going through for the 2 years? A normal person wouldn't do that because they heard him. And they went, oh my God, this is different. This is special. And they want to be part of history. So yeah, we're in a good place. Keep gratitude and edify one another. Push each other above yourself. And when somebody's down, or never judge anybody. I've seen where people come in and somebody says something and they go, oh, he's no good. He does. I don't walk in his shoes. I don't walk in her shoes. I have no idea. I didn't come down passive to judge people. They will wind up where they wind up. Cream rises to the top. I was told that like the 4th day I talked to Ash. Cream always rises to the top. Goodness is always rising to the top. Somebody was upset because we're going to wind up with some bad people and passive. You darn right there are thousands. But there'll be a small percentage. And the core to this apple will never rot. And darkness can come in, but where's it going to hide? If the room's that bright, where are they going to go in a corner? So what? They have no power. That's why the core is so important. That's why all of you are important, because we're massively getting bigger. Not just bigger, but stronger. Unrotten, we can't rot, we can't perish, all because we all focused on gratitude and leveraging love and helping one another. And we're doing exactly what Ash wants. So what does he get in return? He has much gratitude for all of us. So it's a beautiful thing. Anyway, that's all I have.
Oh man, thank you, Brother Marty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Ash himself, he told us that we are moving forward bigger and better than ever before. You know, much secure, much better, and much more protected. Brother Marty, you told us to believe in ourselves. Yes, you know, you've been saying that ever since we first met you. Yes, we are here because we believe in ourselves, we believe in our founder, Mr. Ash. Ash, the master. The master is going to make each and every one of us a master. Just think about that. He says we should focus on where we're going. That's what Brahmati tells us. Focus on where you want to go. Focus on where you are going. You know, that was just quite impressive. So let's go to Alberta, Canada, and then we'll go to come down to the Lone Star State, where the weather is still very hot down there in the Lone Star State, the city of Houston, after we come from Alberta. So, Engineer Mike, what do you feel about us moving forward, and what kind of gratitude do you have to express to us today?
Very interesting topic, Uncle Bob. Thank you very much, everybody. Heard a lot. Congratulations to my sister, Dr. Ivy Mix. You make us so proud. So to start with, Uncle Bob, I want to show gratitude again, because when I joined OnPassive on the 17th of November last year, next month I'll be 4 years in OnPassive, I did not really understand the concept. I still went through to the back office. I watched the videos which were there, you know, from so many of our leaders here, Mike Ellis, Marty DeGamo, Jeffrey Morlock, Charles Awesome. I did not still really understand the concept very well. But I met Dr. Benny, who took me to All Winners, which I want to thank Uncle Bob Takusi today and Uncle Oliver Fonte. That is where my foundation in OnPassive started. So we are seeing what we were yesterday and how we are progressing. So I want to thank you guys for breaking OnPassive to me. And I am where today where I am is because of you both. Thank you for very much. Now, I want to talk, some years ago, I learned about the 4 A's of what is called gratitude, which is appreciation, which is approval, which is admiration, and which is attention. Those 4 are the A's of gratitude. Again, appreciation, approval, admiration, and attention. When you incorporate all these 4 elements in your life, okay, you will change your self-esteem and also the self-esteem of everybody who is connected to you, almost everybody that is connected to you. That is very important in life. And when we look at this, everything of these 4 A's, we see that our CEO got all of them. And we will see that all of us seated here, right here today, got all of the 4 A's as well. To answer the question to our sister, Dr. Ivy Miss, she said, what are you saying? I'm saying, let us rebuild our communities together, because this is what our CEO wants us to do. Let us rebuild our communities together. Now, we should also remember that OnPassive, the way our CEO has built it, is a beacon of hope for humanity. Because we look all our aspirations, we see everything that our ecosystem will give to us. This is coming. Now, we want to still thank with gratitude. We are thanking him, because if you look at it, if we say the 4 A's, appreciation, what is that? You should appreciate, always appreciate. He always appreciates everybody that does something marvelous in OnPassive. He comes to webinars and say that. He also approves of people who are saying the good things who are encouraging other people in our, like you tech pros are shining the light. Our big brother Martin DeGamo and Chris are shining the light. He approves of such things, which is very important. He also admires people who do extraordinary things. He says it all the time. And also, he is very attentive when you are telling him something, the attention, right? He always take the same way we ourselves, we take attention. We are very attentive when he is saying something. Now, where is this leading us to? It is leading us to having, continuous motivations, having continuous the qualities of appreciation. Because if you don't really appreciate, it means you don't really think of what our future is going all in passive, because the gratitude is there. He has his team. We are doing the work for us. And so we just want to say thank you to him. And Uncle Bob, I want to say thank you for you all again for organizing these roundtables. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Engineer Mike. Thank you, Engineer Mike. The 4 A's. Let's remember the 4 A's. Admiration, appreciation, approval, and attention. And
Perfect.
we are saying that our founder, Mr. Ash, embodies all that. And that's one of the symptoms of gratitude. So I'm going to go to the Lone Star State bed. After her, the 2 OTECH Pro brothers, my brothers, Vincent will come, and then Oliver, before we do our final round. So I see my sister Marcienne. She's been very patient in the Lone Star State. How are you feeling today? What is in your mind regarding this movement that we are moving forward, and how gratified are you? Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I hope you guys can hear me very well. So I am very grateful and I'm happy to be here. I am all smiling and I am been dancing. Thank you so much for having us here today. And I'm going to start with something maybe that's, according to me, love and gratitude. And there's a difference between love. When you love somebody, you might become jealous. That's not gratitude. That's not gratitude. Because most of the time people will say, oh, I love this, I love you, I love that. I don't want us to love on passive. I want us to be grateful for on passive, to be grateful for our CEO, to be grateful for our OTECH team, grateful to everybody that has been holding us until where we are now. That will be the difference between loving. Like I said, most of the time, when you love something, at some point you might become jealous. And we did not have any jealousy thing in on passive, because we are all equal of the system of being in the gratitude. Whatever Mr. Ash Mufara have given us, he opened the door, the one for all of us. He did not hide anything I decided to give to somebody else later. And I just want to say this because this company I have been so grateful for. I will take from me. I am who I am right now because of OnPassive. Some 4 years ago, when I was nowhere to be found, I came in through this company, through a sister of mine that she's now my angel in heaven, and I'm very grateful for that. So, and this company have taught me every single thing that I can say my mother have not taught me. I have learned a lot from everybody sitting on this panel. I have learned a lot from all the webinar and the chat that Mr. Madi Degamo, Chris Johnson, Red Reference, or everybody that go on every morning. Because those chat is not only to talk about our business, it's always about our daily life. And when you pay attention, you will learn something that will help you to go along during the day. And I am very grateful for that because I learned. Sometimes ago, our brother Madi was posting, I don't know if he know about it or if he was just saying it. He talked about the diet of a carnivore diet. Maybe he was just saying it because he have to say it, but some of us, we took it really, really seriously. And when you see people bringing their daily life to talk on their show, to educate other people, we have to be grateful for that. This is not a business anymore. This is something that we learn every day. This is become a movement. This become a family reunion of us every day coming to those platforms. And when we don't have it, we feel like something is not there. When we have a member that doesn't come, or a family member we can call ourselves that are not showing up, what we do, sometimes we call on them or we know on them. You will not see a business out there that they come online and sit people birthday and talk, asking about prayer for other people, and talk about the people that they are no more. This is what we are going to be grateful for, and this is what I am so grateful for, because this is something that the world needs to be doing. We don't have to be loving people. We have to be grateful for the things that people are doing, because love will bring us at some point jealousy. We are not doing that in OnPassive. I have to be very grateful also, because this OnPassive, you guys should look at me today. 4 years ago, who was I? Who even know my name? Can I say something to anybody around there? No. Today, what I said is what people do because of OnPassive. Today, when I stand somewhere and I have to speak, people will pay attention. Not because I have too much power, but because of the instinct that OnPassive has put on me. People pay attention. You become suddenly a leader, somebody that are leading other people, and you become an example, and that makes you change your own way of living. It makes you think about what is coming out from your mouth. We have a freedom of speech, but remember, what came out from your mouth might not be a freedom. So we OnPassive are teaching us how to think before saying, because that word that came from your mouth might not be a freedom later on tomorrow. You are accountable of that. This is one thing that I'm very grateful for. I am very grateful because today I have 1 million of people that are in this family that are now a family member with me. I am very grateful because yesterday I did not have a dream. I couldn't go to sleep. There was no sleep. What am I sleeping for? I don't want to dream because my dream was not going to be fulfilled. Today, I am begging every minute of my life to go to sleep so I can dream more and more. I am grateful for that. I am grateful because my brother here, Mike Ellis, have told us some time ago in the webinar, you have to read. I was not somebody that I want to read. I took from him and I said, why he's asking us to read? Let me try, because before when I take a book to read, that will be my babysitting time. I will go to sleep. I didn't know that reading book was a fortune. That was where your knowledge will keep coming up. I am very grateful for that, because those are the things that you don't learn in school. Those are the things that you can only have if somebody is really, really in the joyful way with you, to give you, to tell you, look, your fortune belongs on what you read every single day. Because people that we are taking example of them today are the people that wrote this book, are the people that they are successful. We are talking about successful story. Those stories is written somewhere. If you don't read it to start practicing it, you will not have it. So I am very grateful for this company. Do you ever ask yourself, we are not making any money, but why are we doing this every day and nobody is getting tired? It's because we are getting the knowledge that money cannot pay us. I go to work every day, like Mr. McAllis said, he works every day. Did I love what I do? No. I don't. I go to work every day because I need to pay. That's why I've never been happy when I'm going to work. But when I'm talking about OnPassive, believe me, yours, even if I'm sick, I have headache, and somebody say OnPassive, my headache is done. I'm cured. That's my medication. Why? Because I have that joy. I don't love OnPassive, but I have that joy. I have that gratitude. I have that thing that is me, knowing that I am going to succeed. My job is not telling me I'm going to succeed. My job is paying me because I'm giving my body and my time to them to do what they want me to do. But OnPassive doesn't ask me to do anything. OnPassive is giving me that joy that I didn't have yesterday. And mind you, the financial way is on the way coming. But before then, he already prepared me to have that gratitude, to know that tomorrow when you have that freedom of time, The financial you will have will help you now to help other people and to go out and do the humanitarian work. That's the gratitude I'm having. I don't love OnPassive, but I'm grateful for OnPassive. Because if you are love OnPassive, I will be jealous and I will not say it to anybody. I will hide it for myself. When you love somebody, you hold it. You keep it. You gather the thing and you don't want anybody to have it. I am not loving OnPassive. I'm grateful for OnPassive. I'm sharing it to everybody. I am very grateful for what our CEO and our dream team, la crème de la crème, the team that have done the impossible, the thing that nobody thought it was going to be done. We are very grateful for them. And you know why those teams are in OnPassive? Because our CEO is somebody that have that grateful heart. His hands are clean. He's here for humanity. Nothing will happen to OnPassive because he's doing the right thing. If he was not doing the right thing, OnPassive would have been dead like other company out there, because other company out there is a one-man show. It's for me and for me. So those people will close it down because they don't care. But OnPassive, because it's built for humanity, it's built for people like us that we did not know that we were going to stand in a platform like this today and speak to the whole world and to our generation to come back to see us. Nothing will happen to OnPassive. So thank you so much, the OTECH Pro, the team, to have me here today. I am very grateful. I don't love you all, but I'm very grateful for all this family that we have. Thank you.
Wonderful. That's a good one. You don't love OnPassive, you are grateful for it, because if you love it, you'll be too jealous and you will not share it with somebody. That's well said. You also said something that Mr. Ash had been telling us: the world will know your name. The world will know your name. It is that time. It is that time, you know. So let's go to our OTECH Pro brothers. We have my brother Vincent and Oliver. Vincent will go first, and then Oliver will come, and then we'll do our final rounds. Moving forward, we know where we come from. We know what has happened to get us to this point. I'll just let my brother Vincent take it from there and tell us how he feels from where we're coming from, where we're going, and what he's gratified for.
Okay. Oh, thank you, my brother Bobs. Thank you very much. And then today is a wonderful day. Before to start, I would like to thank everyone, all the speakers here. Thank you very much. You did a great job, because we appreciate also the great job you are doing. Also, before to go to the gratitude, let me let you know that you did a great job and then you are a great speaker. So thank you for that great job. And before to start, I will also let our OTECH Bro brother, we like, today is not here, is our brother Collins, but today his mother is sick, so I know he's going through a difficult time. We all pray for his mother so that she get a rapid recovery. So we should all pray for Colin's mother as well. So, you know, with this difficult time, he can be here, and then even if he's here, he cannot concentrate and talk to us. So this is, coming through from our OTECH brothers. Thank you very much. Today, we would like to show my appreciation to Mr. Ash Mufara and then the whole IT team. So first of all, let's appreciate the IT team. What they did a great job, because the job they did is massive, because putting all these things together, I know that they didn't build the system, but make sure that all the system come back. And then today, we have everything done. We have everything come back. Oh yes, is a good appreciation. So I have a great gratitude, like all of you said, all the speakers, they said that. So I have also to mention that as well. And also thanks to our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara, he did a great job, because if that no business continuity that he put in place, we wouldn't have all this we have today, OES. So that business continuity is a great, and then it's a big job that he did, because that business continuity, we have a backup system that he put in place. We have a restore time recovery that I put in place, restore point recovery also that I put in place. All this that he put, that's the fruit that we are enjoying today. So again, thank you, Mr. Ash Mufara, for thinking about that. So you know that today, for me, you are a great businessman, because all this that's what we do, because as a business continuity, that's what you did, and then that's what you are doing, and then it's good. What you are doing is going very well, and then it's I greatly appreciate that, because it's part of what I do daily. So if Mr. Ash is here, and then ask him a question, this is the kind of question that I'll ask. Have you put a business continuity plan in place so that in case of anything, we can go up and do the job? Like what is going on in Florida today? Imagine that our business is there. If Mr. Ash Mufara put business continuity in that place, after what is going on, in the maybe next few hours, everything, all the business there, they can stand up and start running again. That's what they call also business continuity. Because if that is not in place, the business, everything collapse there, building collapse there, is finished. But when this is in place, whatever happened, Erica and whatever they will call the name, after that, the business will stand up and run again as it used to be before, what the disaster, natural disaster is going then. And then that's what Mr. Ash Mufara has done. And then I know he will do more and more and more than that. So I don't want to be long today, but I'll put my appreciation to that, because as what he has done is greater than what we're expecting. It's more than my expectation. Everything, I check everything. And then the performance, what we do first, when we check the database or the website that I do daily, that part of my job, anything we check, first of all, is the performance. If when you click, everything is working fine, we know the customer back sitting there, they will be happy for the performance. The performance is great. I check the performance is great. There's nothing to worry about that. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy for the new system. I check in and out. That's massive. Business continuity is there. Performance is there. Security is there. I don't know what is missing. Mr. Mufara, thank you, you and your team, for the great job you have done. That's what we call it, a great business. So again, it showed me again that he's a business continuity man, and then he's doing a great job. Because the Bible said, with faith, you can move a mountain. And then that faith that Mr. Ash had, that's why he will move that mountain that is in front of us. So I will not talk too much today, but I'm grateful for the great job he has done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother Vincent. Thank you for insisting on that business continuity, because that's the key. If you have that plan always tested and ready to go when issues like this happen. The systems comes back up and business continues. Thank you so much. And then we'll go now to Florida. You made reference to Florida. My brother Oliver was actually at the path of Milton, what is it called? The hurricane that we just had, the storm that we just had, went through Tampa where Oliver is, but he survived. So I'm glad to see you, bro. I just want to open the floor for you to tell us, give us your reaction to our moving forward and our gratitude.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody that's here today on this platform, and those who are watching. My gratitude goes to you guys also, and especially for everybody. Dr. Amy Viggs, kudos, congratulations, continue to do the good job. And my big brother here, Mike Ellis, I talked to him last night. We're like just celebrating and talking and celebrating. Thank you, bro. My first gratitude goes to Mr. Ash Mufara. Before, during, now, and future, he got it. He got it. And our future and our financial life and future is going to be stable. And it's going to give us that peaceful mind, that inner peace, that what he wants to do, or he wants us to do, and to take the unfinished job from Mother Teresa to impact people's life. We will do it. And the world will be a better place. Let me come again. My next that I want to my gratitude go to the unstoppable team. When I say the unstoppable team, the IT engineers. As an IT person, what they did, being in the IT field for how many years, I've never heard of. Maybe it has happened, but I've never heard of that. They They inherited data. They recover the data, recover the source code 100%. Not only that, they inherited it, put them together. Now we have our OES. Kudos to them. Let me break down what the Unstoppable team did in a layman understanding. It's like you're constructing a house. You have the first contractors. They came in. They did the job. You were not happy about what they did. You kicked them out and you brought in another contractor without them knowing any dimension, how the foundation looks like. They didn't even know how solid the foundation. They didn't know anything. They came there, they look at it, and in less than no time, our OES came back. Kudos. That this is a job in IT that for somebody, the IT team, there must be that super experience for what they did. And I also want to give kudos and gratitude to our CEO that he was able to go out there, look for them, brought them back, and they did what they did. And today, we can log in our OES. I can see my profile. I can see my team size. I can see my wallet. My gratitude goes to them. And not only that, a few days ago, the CEO in the update section talked about the amount of requests that got in, 12.5 million within 6 hours, 20 to 25,000 per second. This makes me to understand when the CEO told us that we are coming back more protected, more secure, better and bigger than ever. Again, as an IT person, it makes me to understand that our system is stable. Despite all the traffic that came in within 6 hours, at 12.5 million requests that came in and 20 to 25,000 per second. Never heard of this. Makes me to understand that we are super secure, protected, efficient, and 1 billion or even 8 billion people can jam that system. It will not blink. I want to give that guarantee to all of us, the founders, where we are. Please start celebrating. If you've not started celebrating, be celebrating because your future is stable. You have that financial freedom and time freedom. Kudos to Mr. Ash Mufara. Kudos to him. And this makes me also to get to we, the founders. We should reset our mind put in that positive mindset. Don't think about 12 quadrant meter space. Think about OnPassive is global. Think about the world. Think about the world. My sister here talked about pre-cognitive thinking. Are you? What does that mean? You have to think ahead. Our CEO always think ahead. Think ahead. What will you do now that we are going to the world? Yes, we all talk about humanity and the rest want to fill our tongue. Is that all? How are you going to do it? How are you going to run your business? Mr. Ash has given us a multi-trillion-dollar business. It's you now. How are you going to go about it? That is that pre-cognitive thinking that my sister was talking about. So we should sit up, jubilate, celebrate, but while celebrating, think ahead. Thank you, Bob. And I just want my last sentence is going to be, OnPass is bringing us the biggest transformation that the world has ever seen. And we are fine because we were focused. Thank you, Bob.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wow. I don't know if Francine was here. I know, Francine, you've had some problem. Did you capture anything or we just move on? Well, okay, that's fine. So
what he just said was very powerful, and I think the French community need to hear.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Je vais
Yes.
juste résumer rapidement parce que Oliver, j'ai rattrapé ce qu'il disait au vol. Oliver a insisté pour dire qu'il a beaucoup de gratitude parce que il est plus sécurisé aujourd'hui. Qu'est-ce qui le sécurise? C'est le fait qu'on a réouvert notre écosystème avec des techniciens qui n'avaient pas été là au départ pour la construction de ce système informatique. Ils ont récupéré quelque chose qu'ils ne connaissaient pas. Ils donnent l'analogie d'une maison en construction et ils ont tout fait dans un temps record qui nous permet tous aujourd'hui de pouvoir les uns et les autres rentrer dans nos comptes. Qu'est-ce que cela veut dire? Cela veut dire que nous avons un système qui a été remis en marche et on a pu tester qu'en interne, il y a eu beaucoup de consultations du compte et la machine n'a pas bougé. Ça veut dire que c'est une machine très solide. Ça, c'est très important pour nous tous les zones passiviens de savoir que nos données sont sécurisées parce que nous avons pu le tester ces derniers jours. Chacun a pu rentrer, sortir et on a ces quelques chiffres qui disent la périodicité à laquelle ces comptes ont été consultés. Donc, le côté sécurité est très, très important et nous sommes rassurés là-dessus. Merci beaucoup, Bob.
Je vous en prie, Marcel, je vous en prie. Let's go to Brother Mike Ellis. We're starting that our closing round. We're already over 2 hours. So let's hear from Brother Mike what his parting words for us, and then we'll go to Mira, and then we'll go to Jean, and then we'll just go around. Brother Mike.
Yeah, no, thanks, Bob. Absolutely a terrific webinar, and everybody here has done a really, really great job. I want to end with one word of gratitude to Ash Mufareh, and I'm not sure everybody has had this for the last 5 years or so, but in the last 6 months, it's absolutely apropos, and the word is assurance. You can come into OnPassive today and know that it's going to happen, period. Because of the talents he's brought in, because of what they've been doing over the last 6 or 7 months, because of the changes in OnPassive, you have the assurance that OnPassive is going to go to work for you. And with that assurance comes the most important thing about OnPassive when we think about a business and what it's going to do for us. We have the longevity now. Mr. Mufareh, because of what he's done, and a lot of people didn't see this the first 5.5 years. They weren't sure that OnPassive was really going to do what they thought they were going to do. But because of what Mr. Mufareh has done, we have the longevity that it is going to last for generations. And what does that do for you? It gives you the ability to come online, develop an online income, and get to the place where you don't worry about finances. You have that assurance. That is what Mr. Mufareh has given us. And if you start to understand that, along with everything else here that's been said, you live in a state of gratitude. You really do. You really do. Because your life, whether you see it or not yet, right now, your life is going to change in ways you never thought were possible. And that's a really, really great place to be, as Marty says. It's where we want to be. I'll turn it back to you, Bob. We have assurance. Don't worry about it, guys.
Thank you, Brother Mike. Let's go to our spotlight of the day, Miss Mayra Aquino. One word, sentence, or a phrase as we go to the weekend.
And thank you, Mr. Takusi. And I just wanted to give a little small lesson about the word gratitude. The word gratitude comes from the Latin word gratus, which means pleasing or thankful. You know, it is a social emotion, and it comes back from the time when people were giving to others, you know, and getting something in return. That's the little history clip that I want to give, right? And I just want everybody to understand what vibration is, to rise that virtue, that quality of gratitude, because the vibration is high. It's the highest there is at 540. When you are grateful for everything you experience, everything changes. Your life just transforms into something positive, and this is what we need. And with that being said, I just wanted to thank Mr. Takusi and everybody here for giving me this opportunity today. And thanks to Ash Mufareh for transforming our lives forever. Thank you so much.
Indeed, my sister. We'll go to Sister Jean Aliva, please. A word, sentence, or phrase as we move to the next
Thank
week.
you. Sure. Thank you, Bob. And just to follow up what Myra just said is that gratitude it's an energy, it's a frequency, and it's a wise business decision. It's something that we can all use. So just keep yourself high vibe, keep yourself grateful, and you will not go wrong. Thanks so much, Bob.
Thank you. Dr. Ivy Mix, a word, sentence, or phrase that you want us to take as we go through this coming week.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. And we're all qualified. And the one thought I'll leave is, what new thought can you think today that shows you're grateful? Every day, think a new thought that shows that you're grateful.
Wow. Every day, think a new thought that shows you are grateful. Thank you, Dr. Mix. Marciel Hemabu, a word, sentence, or phrase for us to take with us as we go this week.
Yeah, I just want everybody to keep loving yourself and be grateful for everyone around you.
Amen. Engineer Mike.
Yes, Uncle Bob. Thank you, everybody. My question I want to ask ourselves again is 2 questions for us. The first one is, do you really know your business? That's my first one. For us all on Pacifians, do we really know our business? Then the second one will be, are we ready?
Are we ready? You have been very consistent with that question, and I hope we all hear Engineer Mike. That is a loaded question. Are you ready? Are we ready? Let's go to Serge. Serge, what is your take? Say what sentence or phrase as we go through the week?
Okay, I want to join Engineer Mike and say that we have to know our business and grateful to OnPassive. Thank you very much.
Sister Francine, a word, sentence, or phrase. You can speak in both languages. You can speak in English and French or whichever.
Nous sommes là pour les générations à venir. Ayons de la gratitude, soyons heureux, car OnPassive est là pour durer. Gratus veut dire merci. La vibration de la gratitude est inestimable. C'est une vibration, la gratitude. Pratiquons-la. La gratitude est une énergie vibratoire. Ayons une nouvelle pensée qui manifeste notre gratitude chaque jour. Aimons-nous, nous-mêmes, et ayons de la gratitude envers ceux qui nous entourent. Soyons prêts pour notre business. Posons-nous la question chaque jour. Sommes-nous prêts? Et préparons-nous-y. Merci.
Okay. You have 2 more coming. We go to OTECH Pro Vincent. Final word, sentence, or phrase.
Oh, I won't be long. Thank you, Brother Bob. Thanks everyone here today. It was a great, wonderful webinar. Thank you, everyone. So the last sentence will be show my gratitude to the new team and Mr. Awesio and Mr. Mufara. It is unbelievable task that they have done. Thanks again for the great job. God bless OnPassive and God bless everyone in OnPassive. Thank you.
Brother Oliver.
Yeah, I want to say, we the founders, total freedom is a reality. With OnPassive, that total freedom, we are talking better about days and weeks. It's at our doorsteps. You have that total freedom to do whatever. Your job will know who your remote control to tell you have to be at work at 9 o'clock and leave at 5 p.m. You have all the time. And that is that total freedom, and it's a reality. Thank you.
Dr. Francine.
Merci à la nouvelle équipe technique. Nous ne pouvons cesser de remercier la nouvelle équipe technique ainsi que notre PDG pour ce qu'ils font. Et nous avons de la liberté, nous tous qui sommes dans On Passive, une liberté dans laquelle nous construisons notre richesse. Voilà ce que j'ai pu capter. Merci.
All right, thank you, sister. So on behalf of all of us here, the OTECH pros, as you heard earlier, my brother, our brother Collins is not with us today. He has some family issues. Mom is sick, so we pray for her. Thank you for tuning in with us. Let us have a grateful heart. Let us be gratified, for where we are. Like my brother said, most companies, and this is 90% of companies that will go through what we just went through. Remember that there's an element of insider threat within. Most companies do not survive what we just survived. So I'm very grateful for our founder, Mr. Ash, and the team that he brought in and that have rescued us. But our gratitude, our collective gratitude as founding members, affiliate of On Passive, go to Mr. Ash. The way we give our gratitude to Ash is by our collective action to help him achieve his mission. We know the one thing that drives Ash Mufare is that zeal to uplift, to make a change, to make a difference on earth in this lifetime. And he does that through his vision. That vision is this system, this new revolutionary disruptive innovation for a lifetime that he's brought forward. And he brings us in. When we come in and we carry whatever he gives us, the grace that he's giving us, we now use it to uplift other people. That's how we show our gratitude to Ash Mufara. It is the ripple effect of our collective actions that meets Ash Mufara's mission. So I'll leave you with that, my dear friends. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again in 2 weeks. The OTECH pros and the founders around the world. Thank you and God bless. See you in 2 weeks.
Thank you, OTECH Pro.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank you.
Marcian. I couldn't say hello to you. I'm
Congrats,
excited.
Dr. Ivy Mix.
Yeah, bye.
See you in 2
See you
weeks.
guys. See you
Lisa,
guys.
you are the host, right? Lisa, you are
Bye,
the host.
Marcin.
So you can end it.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Bob.
Bye.
Thank you, brother Mike.
I'll
Thank you,
close.
Mike.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
Mike.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank